Welcome back, everybody, to the Culture Canon podcast. I'm Brandon,
Mark.
and we're going to be talking about your some of your favorite nerdy shows once again. Mark,
What's up?
the Falcon Winter Soldier episode,
Yeah,
the finale.
it's the season finale. There's going to be spoilers. All right, let me lay down the spoilers first. There's spoilers for Captain Winter Soldier, Invincible, the episode 7, and the Mortal Kombat movie.
Absolutely.
So if you haven't seen any of those, Mortal Kombat excluded, probably go watch those two first.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So this is the second Marvel show that has come out on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it was a pretty excellent show. Way better than WandaVision, without a doubt.
All right.
Can I help you?
I just, I don't know. I feel like your dislike for WandaVision.
I don't dislike it. I just don't like it as much
All right, that's fair.
as Captain Falcon. What's the show called?
Captain Falcon. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that one.
Or after the season finale, Captain America and the Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
which I thought was a nice touch. They
That,
changed the title scroll.
I wonder, are they going to make a season 2 or is it just going to be the movie
I think
afterwards?
I think they're just gonna go. They confirmed Captain America 4, which I'm sure Anthony Mackie will be playing Captain America as we've seen in the season finale. But they'll probably just continue whatever story they left off in with Captain America 4. They'll probably touch on it in other Marvel properties as they do because they're the MCU.
Yeah.
So I'm sure like we might even get like a glimpse in Loki, maybe something. I don't know. Most likely they'll touch on it in a bunch of other properties. They still got a bunch of movies slated for this year.
I can't wait, dude. I'm such a huge Marvel fan. I swear. I've been following them all my life.
Oh my god. But yeah, all right. What were your top moments for the episode?
All right, what happened? Oh, probably my favorite moment was Carly getting shot. I thought that was pretty dope.
Oh, just straight up murder was one of your favorite moments.
Yeah. Actually, no. Fuck. I'm trying to remember what all happened. Every time I watch an episode, I always forget what happens, like, the day after. Because it's all such a blur to me. I guess... Let me start off with my least favorite.
Okay.
I don't like the suit.
You don't like the suit?
I don't like the color scheme. I like the suit. I don't like the color scheme.
Red, white, and blue?
Well, yes. I don't like how it's mainly all white. It looks weird.
I don't mind it. I think it differentiates itself from Steve's suit. I think it's a cool design. I like that there's no fucking helmet. I hate the fucking helmet so much.
It's not like his face looks any better. What?
What do you mean his face looks any better?
Sorry, the face mask.
Oh, I
not,
thought
not his
I was
actual
like,
face.
I was like, are you just out here insulting Anthony Mackie like that,
No,
bro?
I
Come
meant
on.
like the mask. It doesn't look any better. It's half a helmet,
That's fair.
if we're gonna be honest.
I don't know. I just think face coverings in general don't look great in superhero movies. Like they never really have.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man and Batman,
Daredevil.
but that's like full face covering.
Daredevil.
That's true. Daredevil's just an exception. Somehow we always come back around to Daredevil. But no, you're right. Daredevil's mask does look pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a pretty solid mask.
Bullseye.
Oh, this is Daredevil's mask.
No, he's got the target on his head.
Oh my god, you're talking from the original Daredevil movie?
I'm talking about... No, that's a tattoo.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean from like the comics?
Yeah. Not that that's any better, but...
Not any better, yeah. Oh my god. What were your other worst moments? Since you can't think of any good moments.
I felt like his speech went on too long. It definitely had the right message, and it wasn't that... I'm not gonna say it's too preachy because like the whole show was meant about that message anyways.
Yeah.
So it's not out of line for him to make that speech.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it went on way too long.
I think
a lot longer than it should have.
I think I agree with you in a certain aspect that it stopped being fluid after a certain point.
Yeah.
Because it was going very it's very well worded, but after a while it wasn't as fluid as it was in the beginning, and then we were like, oh okay.
Yeah. I also like the part where he gave John Walker the pass.
Yeah, that was my favorite part too, where he gave John Walker the pass.
I saw the look in his eyes. He
Yeah.
definitely gave John Walker
That
the pass.
nod, that's just like, oh yeah, you should be in jail, but I'm gonna go ahead and not judge you for it. You helped us with one thing after trying to actually kill me.
I'm pretty sure he's had the pass. He has a...
Oh yeah, he had a black best friend and a black girlfriend.
Yeah.
So he definitely has the pass already.
Yeah. Do you think he uses it?
When no one's around. Only when he's singing rap lyrics in his car. That's the only time he uses it. He still feels guilty enough about it that he doesn't use the pass any other place. Only when he's by himself in the car.
He whispers it too.
He's rapping along to like Kendrick Lamar, and he's just like, he's going all out. Oh my gosh.
The fights were pretty cool. Like
the fights were really well done.
Falcon going toe to toe against helicopters.
I think someone who got their chance to actually like show was Bucky. I feel like in the show, we haven't seen a lot of like, because we saw Winter Soldier like take down all those guys. We haven't seen a lot of like Bucky get to like shine, and I think we got a lot of that in this final episode of Bucky being able to like, yeah, I can kick ass, you know. And I like that. I was like, all right, cool. I think every character kind of got like their full circle thing. Everybody got like their cool scene, and I was like, all right.
So IGN thinks. Was it IGN?
I don't know, man.
I thought he said it was IGN.
Yeah, apparently IGN gave the finale a 5 out of 10.
Do they review shows? I thought they just reviewed games.
They should probably stick to reviewing games.
Oh, bro.
I don't know. I'm just saying, not every Call of Duty can be 10 out of 10.
Marvel shows are the Call of Duty of television.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
So it's probably in line with them to review it. Another one of my favorite scenes is watching Falcon save one of the police officers from a helicopter crash by just like shielding him with his wings.
That was cool.
That was pretty dope.
That was really dope. That
Yeah.
you see the shield in the middle, and then his wings like as like a reinforced shield, and just completely like blocks a car. Like just absolutely.
Yeah.
That's another thing. The new wings are used very well. Like he utilized like whenever he's fighting Carly and he stands his ground. I was like, that's cool. Like they dug right into the fucking ground and like he like didn't move, and I was like, all right, that's pretty dope. And just he uses his shield very creatively, which I think is really like that scene where he gets the dude out of the helicopter, the flag smasher. He launches him out of the helicopter by throwing the shield first, and then charging through with the wings and knocking him out of the helicopter. That was smooth. That was a smooth scene. I like that.
Yeah, there's not that many other. Oh, I guess the scenes with Isaiah towards the end, those were pretty emotionally powerful.
Yeah,
I did like that.
Now that we're on the top, that's one of my top scenes.
Okay.
I was actually crying.
No, yeah, it definitely brought
Like
tears
it
to my eyes.
made me cry. I was like, that's really good. Like him having like a place in the Smithsonian right next to like basically the person that he's just kind of like this stupid white dude that overshadowed me. I was like made to replicate this dude, and what did I get for it? Yeah. So it's nice that his history wasn't erased and it's like immortalized permanently in the Smithsonian. That was really meaningful, and I was like, this is fantastic. And I actually started crying. Like I was like, this is really good.
Yeah.
Another one, I know you said you don't like the suit. One of my top moments was when we first get like the full suit reveal. He flies through that window, and I was like,
yeah, he looks pretty goofy.
I mean, most superhero suits look goofy.
Yeah.
Let's be 100% real here.
Yeah.
It's grown men running around, and
Not Daredevil.
even Daredevil's suit looks pretty goofy.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
No.
I think all superhero suits look inherently goofy. But I think
No, I don't
think
think so.
growing up with so many superhero properties, we're just kind of like, okay.
Nah.
You don't think so?
No.
I did have some. Also, a character that I really did grow to like a lot more was Sharon. I think Sharon and her big reveals, the Power Broker, which was reveal, air quotations. It was pretty obvious from like the first episode she was in.
It wasn't for me. It wasn't obvious to me until she fucking... Oh, that's another favorite scene of mine. Until she fucking, like, put acid in that one guy's car.
Oh my god.
Like, that was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I know. Sharon is like embracing her full like super spy.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what she is. She's just like a super spy, super powerful person, which is cool. That's cool. I mean, because we no longer have like a Black Widow in the MCU, which sucks. But like we have like these other strong like female characters that have been introduced. Like a couple episodes back, we got introduced to Madam Hydra, which in the comic books she's this really big like higher up in Shield, and she like she basically forms like her own team. Also, one of my bringing me like another Zemo straight up just blowing up the truck full of the rest of the Flag Smashers.
I thought that was really
from
funny.
The raft, his butler's just like, yeah, I got you. And then he looks so pleased with himself after just laying back in bed reading his book. He's like, all right, cool. No more super soldiers.
I thought that was funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
The officer hints at them that like they're gonna set them free.
Yeah,
and they just blow up like a few seconds later.
Yeah, no, they definitely try to make us feel like we're gonna see them again.
Yeah,
like they're gonna make it out somehow, and then they just don't. They get blown up. Like they are gone. But no, it was. I think it was a solid finale. I think it really closed up a lot of stuff. That speech, like you said, I think it was really good. There was a lot of meaningful stuff that they were setting up.
Another thing is just that I don't think the GRC would react that way.
No.
Like just knowing from history, they definitely would not just be like, "All right, you're right, Falcon. We should change our ways."
Yeah, no.
They don't care.
In reality, they would not have listened to him.
Yeah,
they would not. They would have just been like,
"Fuck you."
Yeah, sure. Just like winking at each other, just like, yeah, we'll listen to you, and then just going about their business for the rest of the time, doing whatever they were gonna do anyway.
Yeah.
Which really sucks. Fuck the GRC.
Yeah. But I mean, whatever.
I mean, probably just like real life government, you know? Like when something is like protested, they'll like stop it for like a second.
Yeah.
And then like give it like a week, and they're just like, okay, we're passing the bill again.
The
heat's died down.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen in the MCU still.
Most likely.
Like they're just gonna pull some other bullshit that'll be a problem for everybody.
Yeah. And one thing I do like about this is probably gonna be one of the most grounded Marvel shows that we see this year.
What do you mean?
Let's look at our spectrum of Marvel shows for a sec. We got WandaVision.
Okay.
Super mystical, lot of like reality warping shit. And then after Falcon and Winter Soldier, we have Loki, which is literally him like going through different time periods. And then we have like an actual like political drama, you know? So definitely the most realistic and grounded one that we got, which I think they did really well with, because I feel like tackling themes of like race and stuff in Loki doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they took the opportunity with Falcon and Winter Soldier, a more grounded property,
Okay.
to tell these stories. And I was like, okay, cool. Also, I really like the comic book accurate costumes. Because not only did Sam get a comic book accurate costume, but so did John Walker at the end of the episode. He gets like a comic book accurate U.S. agent.
Yeah, U.S.
outfit,
agent.
and it looks exactly like the comic book. Which, I mean, it's just like the black suit. It's basically the suit he had before, just like in all black. Which I thought was, I was like, okay, they're doing a really good job. This is great. What do you think? What do you think the future of the MCU holds for these characters?
For these characters specifically?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that far ahead when it comes to Marvel movies. They just kind of do shit,
and that's where you and me defer, because I've got nothing but the stuff on my brain constantly. Head empty. Just Marvel.
You fucking bitch. I don't know. Oh, one of my favorite scenes is Bucky breaking up with the old man.
Oh my god.
I guess we could talk about that. So Bucky finally tells the dad that that he killed his son, and it breaks the old man's heart. It's definitely a very touching scene as well.
It's very it's definitely, we get to see, because it's obviously something hard that Bucky knows he has to do, and it's a real heartbreaking scene. And then we see, like, at the very end, Bucky goes back to the restaurant where he go with this old man every Wednesday, I think it was. And he just sees him eating with the girl that he went on a date with in, like, the second episode. And it's just real touching. He just walks away. Because you can tell he wants to go in, but he's like, his business is done here. Like, he doesn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
Also, Bucky's invited to the barbecue, guys. Bucky is an honorary one of us. He's
one of us.
Bucky can hang. Bucky can come to the barbecue. They really had him partying, bro. He brought cake.
Yeah.
He was hanging out. A little crawfish boil.
Was he the only white guy there?
Most likely. I didn't see another white person.
I don't remember seeing another one. Yeah, that's all I got for the episode. Do you have anything else?
I just want to. I'm excited. It makes me excited for the future of these shows because these shows have the quality of movies just spanned out for like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And that's great because a lot of the MCU shows, they don't have the time. Like even when like it's like a 3-hour movie like Endgame, they're juggling so many different characters that even still some characters get left behind. So I hope we get this treatment for a lot of other characters. Like even like characters we don't get to see all the time, characters that have been overlooked in the MCU that don't. Ned. You want a Ned solo series?
No, I don't. I don't.
Marvel, make it happen. We want a Ned solo series.
Don't make it happen. I take it back.
Like the Guardians. The Guardians kind of got like overlooked completely in those last like 2 movies. Like they had like, I don't know. I just feel like it's my running opinion that the Guardians were mishandled in the MCU.
Well, they're gonna get, because Thor: Love and Thunder, he's basically one of the Guardians, right?
Yeah. See, and that's why I'm excited to see. So I'm hoping they do more stuff with the Guardians and in those movies. But I really would like to. I don't know. The Guardians, I feel like, still have a lot of potential, and then they're not living up to it because of Infinity War and Endgame specifically. I feel like the Guardians deserve more. They're also just, I like their whole ragtag dynamic. It's a really cool group for me. I know a lot of people are just like indifferent about the Guardians. I really enjoy them. I'd love to see more.
I like them, yeah.
Speaking of Thor: Love and Thunder, actually, Russell Crowe, Maximus Aurelius from Gladiator, he was cast as Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder.
I've never seen Gladiator.
You've never seen Gladiator?
No, I don't know what that
Mark,
is.
every time we do this, you tell me you haven't seen a really good movie, and it stresses me out.
Well, I'm sorry.
We need to sit and watch Gladiator now. But he's playing Zeus, which makes everybody believe that Hercules could be showing up in Thor: Love and Thunder. And Hercules is like a canon MCU character. Like him and Thor have like a bromance. Like they're like Thor has said on several occasions that they're like brothers. And it's really cute. And I want to see that happen. I need to see that happen.
I'm whatever about it, because I've never seen Gladiator.
We're gonna watch Gladiator.
Sure. What else? What are we on? Thor?
Thor? No, I mean we not really.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about Thor. Thor's alright.
Do we have anything else to say about Falcon?
Just that I'm excited to see where the character goes. We have a new Captain America in town, guys, and I'm really excited about it. I think there's so much potential for these characters still.
Yeah.
Like, especially because the whole power broker thing, at the end of the show, Sharon gets completely pardoned. She gets her place back in the government as like a higher ranking agent. And she's the power broker, so that just opens her to even more power and even more trading.
She immediately, like, not even off of the building, just calls to say, hey, I'm going to sell you guys some illegal shit right now.
Seriously, not even off the premises. She's just like, hey, yeah, so I'm back in the U.S. Got a lot of government prototypes, some government secrets to sell. Just hit me up, all right? Just like a drug dealer on Snapchat. just call and let everybody know.
But, yeah. No,
Yeah, man, solid episode. I want to say 9 out of 10.
I don't know if I give it that high.
I'm giving it 9 out of 10.
I'll give it an 8.
Because
it was a really good conclusion. A lot of things wrapped up pretty neatly.
A lot of things wrapped up really. It did better for concluding all the stuff than WandaVision did for me. Because like I think WandaVision's finale was like 7.5 out of 10. It had a lot of cool stuff about it that I really enjoyed, but overall it just lacked for me. I love seeing Scarlet Witch like Wanda as the Scarlet Witch, like full power. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Vision in a turtleneck. That made like half those points for me. I was like, all right, I see you. But yeah, definitely 9 out of 10 for me. That was great. The social relevance that they touched on, the character development, even like the mental health issues that they touched on, just with PTSD, with Bucky, and not only Bucky, with John. Like it's very clear that John has PTSD from his tours in Afghanistan. Yeah. And they touch on, they don't elaborate on it quite as much, but it's very clear that that's what's happening. And they just did a fantastic job talking about these like heavy topics in a way that we could understand a little bit better and relate to. But yeah, no, 9 out of 10. The episode was great. And another great episode is this new episode of Invincible.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Things went pretty south really quick.
This new episode of Invincible is insane. Like, actually. We get minor insane stuff. We'll start. Apparently Amber knew that Mark was invincible the whole time and just didn't care.
Okay, so that kind of makes her shitty. I'm back in, like, kind of hating on her now.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked, because that was his whole reason of, like, being shitty. Like,
Yeah.
if he would have known that she knew, he probably would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
So she kind of fucked him on that. That's kind of like, she played mind tricks with him. It's kind of like the thing where, like, girls will send, like, another girl to see if their boyfriend will cheat on them. Like, that's kind of... I can understand the thinking, but that's still kind of fucked.
Yeah, see, my thing about it is, like... And I haven't read the comics at all, so I don't know what's going on in the future, which is why I'm trying to kind of stay that way.
I just bought one of the compendiums. So I'm gonna be pretty ahead of the game pretty soon.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
But my thing is, Amber, if she knew, why is she so mad at him? Like, there's different, like, he missed dinner with your mom to save people's lives, you know? And if you knew, just break up with him. Just break up with him. Like, at this point, it's just, like, you're just getting angry with him. Just tell him that you know, and either break up with him.
That's the thing, because in the previous episode, she got mad at him for leaving.
Yeah.
But he saved their lives.
Yeah, and she was like, I've known for weeks. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean you've known for weeks? And that was so frustrating.
Yeah.
I was just like, so you knew exactly what was happening.
I don't know.
And like the trauma that Mark, in the last episode, Mark watched a cyborg dude murder himself after seeing his reflection. That's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
And she was just like, you ran away. And I'm just like, come on, really? Like, seriously?
It's really confusing on what she's all upset about. I mean, there are definitely things that she can get upset about.
Absolutely.
But she hasn't made it clear is the problem.
And
so she's just setting herself up to just... It's fucking weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, and I get that she's upset because Mark lied about being invincible. But, like, that's, again...
kind of a big deal.
My thing is, like, they're dating. Like, they've only been dating for, like, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You know? It's not like... They're not, like, married and he didn't tell her.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're high schoolers.
Yeah.
So I guess
it's like a...
Yeah.
Big deal. She knows anyway.
Yeah.
That plot point was just... I was just like, come on, really?
Yeah.
I know it's a lot of people's just frustration. Next up, our boy Mr. Robot, we discover is literally just a...
He's the fucking thing from, what's it called? Not Minority Report. The Schwarzenegger movie where he fucking...
Total Recall?
Total Recall. He's literally that fucking thing in the dude's stomach.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah.
So Mr. Robot's straight up just some guy who's extremely deformed and can't, like, breathe human air, so he lives in, like, a pod and he basically drone remote controls his robot suit.
Yeah.
And we discovered that, and we discovered that this whole thing that he's been doing, working with the Mauler twins, was to create a new body from DNA that he stole from Rex.
Of all people.
Of all people, he stole from Rex. And I was like, at first I was just like, okay, it's the nearest available DNA that he could get. And then he explains it, and it gets weird.
Yeah.
It gets weirder than it already is, because he clones Rex, essentially, and puts his brain in Rex's body as a child.
Yeah.
And then his explanation is, because he did it all for Monster Girl. That and so he could survive, obviously. But he did it mostly for Monster Girl, so he could have some kind of human connection. And he's just like, I put myself into your body because I know that she thought you were hot. Like, basically.
Essentially, yeah.
Essentially, I'm just like, oh, that's fucked up. That's not good. and I was just like, man, this is a mess. So I'm excited to see how that gets resolved. I predict that I don't think little Rex is gonna survive. I think something's gonna happen to Robot, and he's gonna have to go back. He's gonna have to figure something. He might even transfer his brain into like one of his actual robots, and just have them on like reserves, and just be able to like switch it out over like kind of like I can't really think of it right now, but just kind of switch it between each drone. I think that's the way he's gonna play that one out. 'Cause I feel like this whole like Rex thing, I don't think it's gonna last.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that it's better than the subplot that I thought was going to happen, where Rex becomes a pedophile. Because that definitely...
Yeah, that was weird.
It was really foreshadowed that Rex...
was like into Monster Girl. Like, it's like weird. Like,
yeah.
And I was just like... I think the whole Monster Girl thing is complicated. Because she's like a 20-year-old trapped in the body of like a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's problematic.
I think my problem stemmed from when Robot notices that like Rex is looking at Monster Girl with I guess some lust.
And he confronts him. He's just like, hey, no fraternizing with teammates. Which already weird.
Yeah.
She's in the body of a 13-year-old. Don't care how old her mind is. She's in the body of a 13-year-old.
And then Rex is essentially like, I could fuck whoever I want.
I'm just like,
that's not the situation you said it.
That's not. I'm like, I get that you're just trying to be a cocky asshole, but maybe word your shit better.
Yeah, maybe don't do that after you looked at the 13-year-old girl.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to see how that gets resolved, because Rex didn't seem very happy about his body getting cloned without his permission.
Yeah.
Neither did any of the Guardians. They were all really uncomfortable. They were just like, this is... Which is... Imagine, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's an uncomfortable situation to be in. They're all just like, oh, our leader cloned himself with one of our teammates' DNA to date one of our younger individuals. That's weird.
Yeah.
Incredibly weird. And kind of borderline creepy.
It's pretty creepy, yeah.
No, it's not borderline. It is creepy. You're right.
It's complicated as well.
It's very complicated.
Because they're both within their own age mentally.
Yeah, they're both have like the minds of 20-year-olds,
and
but
I guess
now they have
physically
the bodies of like preteens, which is. And now Robot wants to cure Monster Girl, so she doesn't keep like de-aging every time she transforms.
Yeah, because that's the thing is that.
Which is a noble thing, but my thing is, so when if he gets her to change back into being a 20-year-old, is he gonna just go age himself up in one of those pods again?
Yeah.
To be with her?
I don't know what...
And then they'll just be a straight up Rex clone?
I don't know what the plan is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But moving forward with the big holy shit moments in this episode, Omni-Man goes all out.
Yeah.
And the Global Protection Network, or whatever the group that Cecil leads is called, is not pulling punches. They pull every stop to stop Omni-Man, and that shit wasn't working.
Yeah.
So, a list of a couple things that Omni-Man just tanks, just without any kind of anything. Because now Omni-Man knows that Cecil's onto him. He knows that Cecil knows that he murdered all the Guardians, and it's just fucked.
We also find out that Omni-Man does have an ulterior motive as to why he did it, because he does. In this episode, it does show that he seems like remorseful.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like he wanted to do it.
Yeah, and he says I didn't want to do it. It was like his duty. It was something he had to do.
But he still doesn't explain anything.
He doesn't explain anything.
He still leaves everybody in the dark, including his wife that already confronted him.
Exactly, and his big thing right now is telling Mark.
Yes.
He wants Mark to know above anything else, and he wants to talk. He wants a chance to talk to Mark before just. Everybody tells him that his dad's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Which he kind of sees firsthand. But yeah, no, it's getting real good. Like, we're getting into the thick of this. And I think it has something to do with, like, the whole Viltrumite thing. Like, maybe the Viltrumites aren't, peacekeepers.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, anybody that actually calls himself a peacekeeper isn't a peacekeeper.
Yeah, definitely.
So, a race of aliens that go to planets to just keep the peace seems a little sketch.
Yeah.
It seems a little sketchy in general. So, there's definitely some Viltrumite stuff going on there. And I feel like he's going to try to rope Mark into it, and Mark's just going to be like, nope.
Yeah, but this episode is pretty much filled with just the whatever. I'm going to call him GRC from fucking Captain Falcon now, because I keep forgetting their name.
Yeah.
They have the fucking hammer from Gears of War that barely does anything to stop them.
Dawn.
Essentially, yeah.
Seriously.
They bring fucking Cthulhu to come fight Omni-Man, which he's fought before, but now they fucking put him on
They
steroids.
put him on steroids and removed his pain receptors.
And they pissed it off to the point where it blames Omni-Man. So,
Omni-
it just has a vengeance against him
Seriously,
now.
no, so Omni-Man is just fighting this kaiju and losing. Like, he's not doing good. But so literally he tanks an explosion from the house across the way that was basically just built so they could monitor him. Because they've been monitoring him since he killed the Guardians.
Yeah.
He kills Bobby Hill, Cecil's right-hand man.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
That sucked.
Yeah.
That was tough. And so he blew up the house on him, and he just stood there, tanked it completely.
Yeah.
So after that happened, they try to blast him with the Hammer of Dawn from space, which is just a giant space laser from a satellite.
And he just destroys that.
And he just destroys that, and just makes him more angry. And then Cecil goes and pesters him, basically.
that scene was pretty tough. You just see Cecil just teleporting when Omni-Man strikes
He's
at
trying
any point.
his best to save time, and he's playing with fire, bro. It's like he grabs his tie at one point. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
If he catches him any inches closer, he's dead.
Yeah.
Like Cecil's dead. So he's just teleporting around. And he's just like fuck. And it's just it's good scenes because they're so tense.
Yeah.
Like all these scenes are super tense scenes because we're just seeing Omni-Man at like his full like anger and rage. And it's pointed back towards the humans, and you're just like, oh no, this is bad. Like every anti-Superman, like Injustice Superman stuff we've seen,
Yeah.
we're kind of getting another glimpse of it in Omni-Man. And it's just buck wild.
Yeah.
And we get Immortal returns
He gets
from
revived
the
by the
dead, the Mauler twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mauler twins bring back Immortal by throwing his head back onto his body, and then he heals. And all he can remember is his last images of Omni-Man murdering him. And so he goes into a full rage moment. And so while Mark shows up and tries to help his dad fight the kaiju that the GRC, Cecil, put there to kill him, Immortal shows up and starts beating the shit out of Omni-Man for revenge because Omni-Man killed him.
Yeah.
And we just see just pure rage, and it's a solid fight. Like, they're just going back and forth. Like, you can tell that Immortal's almost on the same level as Omni-Man. Not quite there, because Omni-Man still wins this fight.
Yeah.
And so, and everybody's recording. Then there's news, copters everywhere, and we see Omni-Man cut Immortal in half after shoving his hand through his, like, abdomen.
Yeah.
And it's a brutal scene, and the world is watching. And we get everybody's like all the sub-characters, we get their reactions. We get Mark's best friend, William, we get his reaction. We get Amber's reaction. And it's just like, holy shit.
And most importantly, we get Mark's reaction because he's right there watching as his father just kills a man.
Destroys this man.
Yeah.
And and that's where it leaves us.
Yeah.
It
It ends with Omni-Man pretty much saying, Mark, I have to tell you all about this, and then it just cuts off.
And then it cuts to black.
No post-credit scene like all the other episodes, so it leads me to believe that we might be getting a season finale pretty soon.
I'm sure.
If not the next episode, then probably the one after.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see how many episodes are in season 1. Yes. Yep.
8 episodes?
8 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that we're coming on the season finale for that as well, which I hope is a little bit longer, so we get as much information as we possibly can.
Yeah.
Because that season that left us. That's a good place to pick up on a season finale right there. Holy shit! And I have a feeling it's gonna leave us with a bunch of questions as well as answers, and we're just gonna be even more excited for season 2. Because this show is getting me real hyped.
Yeah.
Really
I
good.
saw. Okay. So on that note, I read the Invincible comic I bought, which is I'm pretty sure it's the first issue. And I was reading one of the writer's notes, and they said that they're trying to stay faithful with the show. They're trying to stay faithful to the comics, but they still want to surprise even the people that read the comics.
Okay.
So even though I'm gonna read one of the compendiums, I think from what they said they're gonna throw a few surprises that aren't in the comics.
Which is good, because that's what
Yeah.
Amazon does that quite often, because they did that with The Boys.
Yes.
When they adapted The Boys, they put in a lot of stuff that wasn't in the comics, so it could surprise the fans as well.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to just do like like a Zack Snyder Watchmen like faithful adaptation. They want their own adaptation that will still surprise the people even that read the comics.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they still stay true to the source material, but they like adding their own stuff. And that's great. I like it. Because especially in a comic book, when you're adapting it to a TV show, it's very different. Because you have to, there's a lot more you can do in a comic book. There's a lot more you can show. So for a TV show, it's still got to fit that narrative. So I think they're doing a fantastic job adapting it.
No, definitely.
And this season finale is going to be instant. What do you think is going to happen in the season finale?
I definitely believe that Mark is gonna side against Omni-Man. I see no way because he's still pretty naive. So no matter what Omni-Man says, if Mark even has the chance to talk to his mom, he's gonna side with his mom.
Yeah.
Which is definitely against Omni-Man.
Yeah, she's poor Debbie.
Yeah.
Debbie went through it this last episode because she just found out her husband's a murderer, and now everybody's trying to murder him, and it's a whole mess.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think it's gonna be a heartbreaking episode because clearly Omni-Man cares about his son.
Yes.
Like he loves his son, like genuinely.
Even his wife too.
He loves his family, like in general. Like Debbie and Mark are like his entire world. But he has like this sense of duty for something else, clearly, that he's super conflicted about.
Yeah.
So if it does come down to it, I think Mark's gonna stand against his dad. Like maybe his dad fights the Guardians or something, like the new Guardians, because they don't have a choice. And Mark's gonna come to blows with it, and it's gonna be heartbreaking to watch because like his dad doesn't want to fight him, but we've also seen that Omni-Man has a temper.
Yeah.
So if he loses control and just beats, because Mark's strong, but he's not as strong as Omni-Man, not yet at least.
Yeah.
So I just think we're in for a real heart-wrenching episode with a whole lot of new character stuff. Or hopefully we learn why he decided. Maybe we'll get like a flashback for Omni-Man, like back on Viltrum and like his whole mission on Earth, like an actual flashback, which I think would be cool. But it's definitely going to some places.
Yeah. It's not gonna be a happy ending, I don't think.
No, absolutely not. I don't think we're gonna have a happy ending for anyone here.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are gonna. I think the sub characters that we focused on, so like Robot and stuff like that, I think that we're gonna take a back seat in the season finale and probably if we do get anything, it'll be towards the end of the episode, like setting up for next season. But I think other than that, they're probably gonna take a back seat unless like something really happens and they do end up battling Omni-Man and one of them like dies, which would suck. Imagine Black Samson dying after he gets his powers back.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah.
They're
They're definitely not shy to kill off characters,
No.
so anything could happen.
No, absolutely not. Bring back Battle Cat to fight Omni-Man. All right, Battle Cat, the giant cat with the axe that almost killed Mark.
Yeah.
Bring him back to fight Omni-Man. That's a worthy fight right there. You know what? He'd love that.
I don't think so.
You don't
Because
think-
he still almost got his ass beat, too.
Oh, true.
He had to retreat.
True. You're right.
And he framed it as, you guys are too weak for me. It's like, dude, you got your ass whooped by a bunch of teenagers.
But yeah, no, it's really ramping up to be a good season finale, which we will go over next week in
Definitely.
the show. Real fun one. But yeah, no, one of my highlights for that entire episode was the finisher, the Mortal Kombat finisher that he performed on Immortal, which moves us on to our next topic.
Yeah.
The Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, we're fresh off of just watching it, and we're going against the tide of everybody hating on it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's really fun, actually.
I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. I feel the same way I feel about it that I feel about Godzilla vs. Kong. Because I went in with mid to low expectations, and I was like, this is great.
And it was pretty faithful to the source material as well.
No, it did a great job. Like, it didn't really shy away from anything. It told the story. Like, they took some liberties, obviously, because it's an adaptation. Like, it's a movie. I mean, they did better adapting it than, like, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Oh my gosh. So, video game movies have come very far.
Yeah.
And much like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which I'll rave about for the rest of my life.
I still never seen it.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good. It's entertaining.
I'll take your word for it.
We're gonna watch that too. But it's good. No, it's fantastic. We get classic characters like Sonya Blade, Jax, Liu Kang.
We get a lot of niche characters from like the older games, like the like from Deadly Alliance and Armageddon, we get Nitara, the vampire lady.
Yeah.
We get Riku, that's from Mortal Kombat 4 Gold, which is he's a fucking useless character in that, but it's okay because they kill them off anyways.
Yeah.
They're essentially like characters they bring from the older games just to kill off, and it's done in the most brutal way, and I love it.
No, absolutely. They really dug deep into like the Mortal Kombat archives.
Yeah.
To find, they weren't just like, all right, we're pulling popular characters.
Yeah.
They dug deep, like into the Mortal Kombat world to find these characters. They were like, all right, if we're gonna kill anybody off, let's do it.
Yeah.
Because they definitely have enough characters to like work with sequels.
Yeah, definitely.
So they were just like, all right, let's work with what we got. Let's set the characters, and this is what they're fighting.
Yeah.
They kept it very simple. There was no convoluted plot. They even simplified some of the stuff just to save time, which I thought was. I understand why they did it. I just thought it was weird, like the Arcana stuff.
I liked it. I think it's a way better explanation than just they fucking have superpowers.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's the thing, because each character has like their own like backstory. Like
It's
they have
essentially
their...
like getting quirks in fucking My Hero. That's essentially what happened. Like they just got quirks.
In real life, like, are you mean like in the video game?
What? No, I'm talking about
Oh, in the movie, yeah.
They
No,
basically explained it that way.
Yeah, no, that's seriously what it is. Like they train hard enough because they in the movie, as opposed to the video game, because in the video game they all have their own backstories. They all get their powers in different ways.
Yeah.
In the movie they simplify it down, and they're born with they gain a mark for the Mortal Kombat tournament, and with this mark they can unlock superpowers basically.
Yeah.
So that's how Jax gets his metal arms after having them destroyed by Sub-Zero in a brutal scene. Like he destroys his arms.
Yeah, so we have a Bihan as Sub-Zero, which later turns into Noob Saibot, pretty much after this movie.
Yeah, which they set up pretty well.
Yeah.
And
and he is one of the main antagonists.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a pretty I don't want to say unique because Bihan is an antagonist in the games anyways. But I thought it was cool that they didn't make Scorpion like the main villain, because that's what they tend to do.
Yeah, that's Scorpion being the main villain usually comes just because he's like a nether realmer. He's kind of just like, I hate you. Like he's just pure rage.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see. I like what they did. I think the
roles were reversed.
Yeah, the story they told was very nice. I think the casting was done really well. I think all the characters did fine.
Yeah.
I was hating on a couple characters at first, but then the more we watched the movie, they were definitely growing on me.
Yeah.
The humor in this movie mostly came from Kano.
Kano definitely was probably the best part of Mortal Kombat. The actor definitely had fun playing him.
Yeah.
And he did a good job interpreting him.
Yeah, no, Kano just being an Australian asshole who doesn't give a fuck about anyone but himself.
Yeah.
Who cares about his reputation? Just toxic masculinity embodied in a person.
Essentially, yeah.
And he did a great job. No, he had some great lines. He was very human about it.
Yeah.
Like Liu Kang meets him in the desert and he touches me. He goes, "The fuck?" He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. He's very much human.
Yeah.
In this crazy world of warriors and fucking monks.
Yeah, which a lot of these characters are.
Yeah.
But not a lot of them act like it. Mm-hmm. Like Jax and Sonya Blade are just kind of okay with everything that happens. They're just like, oh.
Yeah. They're
okay.
They're kind of whatever to it.
Like they don't question it, but Kano's just like, what the fuck? He's just like, you guys have superpowers. Like, why is nobody else talking about this? I'm just like, yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Which we get introduced to. So something the Mortal Kombat movie also did is they made their own character.
Yes.
So Cole Young is kind of our main character. He's not in the games that I know of, at least.
No,
Mark, you know a lot more about Mortal Kombat than I do.
No, I'm pretty sure he's an original character. He doesn't really derive from anybody.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but he's that's how they kind of tie in Scorpion, is he's like a descendant of Scorpion, and he's like born with the mark. It's like passed down because Scorpion had the mark back in 1617, but Sub-Zero kills him, and so he goes another realm. And so he has a surviving daughter, and the mark is just passed down from generation to generation instead of just showing up randomly. Mm-hmm. So Cole was born with the mark. He thinks it's a birthmark until Jax finds him. And it's a cool character. Like, he's just like an MMA fighter who gets lust into this world. And it's cool.
The only thing is that his I'm not a big fan of his Arcana. I thought it was okay.
I thought it was cool. I thought they designed it very well. So basically, Cole's power is he gets like a body armor, like a body armor suit.
Yeah.
Similar to if you've seen Man with the Iron Fist, Dave Bautista's like brass skin in that movie. But it's literally just like unbreakable from what we've seen, body armor. And it's cool. Like, it looks really, that's the thing, the designs in this look really good. They did a good job designing these characters.
Yeah, I like the effects a lot.
Like, they did a great job. The ice effects alone for Sub-Zero, fantastic.
Yeah.
They did a great job. But it's really good. But the liberties that they did decide to take on adapting the movie, they did really well. And they created a fun movie. They stayed simple with the story. They didn't, like, pull any complex stuff. They didn't need to. Like, it's a movie about, it's a tournament where people fight each other.
Yeah.
With different powers.
It's like I said on the last
stuck with it.
On the last episode, it definitely was just them having fun with the source material.
Exactly.
And it made a fun movie.
And that's what I think they're shooting for, because after a year of being in a pandemic, these writers we need to give people something they enjoy.
Yeah.
They're not just like, okay, we need this big convoluted plot. No. Kong versus Godzilla, monkey versus lizard. Cool fights. Explosions. That's what you get.
Yeah, this is definitely not the year I want to see another Parasite and be reminded that, you know what, maybe this should be my last day on Earth.
Oh my god. You know what? Capitalism is a problem. But yeah, no, we get these fun movies that are just fantastic. It's like Mortal Kombat is like something that a lot of people, like our age, were just raised on.
Yeah.
Like, these movies are, it's like over generations, these games have like passed through generations of people that have like when you think fighting game, that's like one of the top fighting games you think of.
Yeah.
It's Mortal Kombat. And so they're able to adapt it again after the shitty movies that came out in the 90s. Mm-hmm. So they're able to readapt it for a new audience and do a good job. Like, they did a great job.
Yeah, they definitely did,
Scorpion's story was good. They didn't focus on it, but it was definitely like a subplot that came back around at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And and landed fantastically.
Yeah.
Like, they stuck the landing with that so well.
Yeah.
And he gets his revenge on Sub-Zero, and that's it. And it works.
Yeah, and they definitely didn't shy away from the fatalities. There were a lot of brutal scenes.
No, the rated R is definitely earned in this. And there's a lot of like references to the game. There's a lot of like finish him, or literally at one point I think like Kung Lao says flawless victory after doing a finisher, and it's so cheesy and campy, but it works because we know what Mortal Kombat is.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. It's just a really good movie. We definitely, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's a fun movie to watch.
It definitely is.
And it's just, I'm excited because they have enough characters to do sequels to these movies. At the end of the movie,
they definitely teased the sequel. Yeah,
absolutely. At the end of the movie, Raiden's just like, all right, now you guys have to go find these other champions. And Cole, our main character, it was just like, I'm going to Hollywood. Which obviously one of the main characters in the Mortal Kombat franchise is Johnny Cage, who's like canonically a movie star. What characters do you want to see in future movies, Mark?
I would like to see more like NetherRealm characters. Because I know they brought like Nitara, which she's from some other fucking realm.
Yeah,
I don't remember. They can maybe bring in some of the more modern characters like Devora and all that. I want to see them like pull out crazy ass costumes for like these otherworldly characters. Like they brought a CGI reptile,
which was good, which turned out really well.
It was okay.
I thought it looked cool.
I wasn't the biggest fan of like it just being like just a fucking reptile, which I get why they would do that because that's
simplifying the character basically.
Yeah. But like seeing what costume they could pull off to do like a reptilian humanoid, that'd be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think there's a lot of characters I want to see.
Shao Kahn should definitely be in the next movie.
Like you said, a lot of the Outer World characters would be super cool. We get like more Outer World stuff.
Yeah.
Because we kind of stuck to like Earth and like Shang Tsung's place and Raiden's temple. And that was kind of like where we stayed.
Yeah.
So if we get more Outer World stuff, we can be introduced to like Aaron Black. We can be introduced to Kotal Khan. Like, if we get thrown into this conflict between Shao Kahn and Kotal Khan, and we get that fight from, like, the more recent... Because the story in the more recent games, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great stuff. So even if we get like characters like those, or they can go back and pull like Mocap Man. We get
They could pull some stupid ass characters too.
Because there's a lot of bad Mortal Kombat characters, like obviously.
Yeah, they just have to pull the roster from Armageddon because that
Yeah.
pretty much has all their characters.
Yeah, no, seriously. But I'm sure because they, like I said, they've got enough characters that they can do several movies. So like even if they do like Shinnok and Quan Chi in the next movie as like the main villains, and then just bring in all these extra characters like Baraka or like stuff like that, and then at the movie after that they can do like a Shao Kahn versus Total Khan like war thing, and like they can keep it going for as long as they wanted.
Yeah.
Because I mean the movie did good. The movie's doing good right now.
Yeah.
So they have plenty of potential, and I just think that's fantastic.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to the future if they do decide to continue movies. It's by Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured considering they have the licensing.
Yeah.
But
HBO Max. So.
yeah. Okay.
You know what? You know who I want to see in Mortal Kombat? You.
Why me?
I want to see. What abilities?
I want to see me too. I want to see somebody kick my fucking head off,
my God.
and I could finally experience death.
What abilities do you think you'd have in Mortal Kombat?
My Arcana.
Yeah.
Fuck. What would it be? I'd carry around an electric piano, like the ones that they
Like from the 80s.
from Back to the Future. Yes, like that.
Great.
And I play notes and it shoots lasers out of the fucking end of it.
That'd
be my Arcana.
That's so 80s.
Except I wouldn't be
like that.
training. I just have a keyboard with me, so like any trained fighter could easily take me out.
So your weapon is purely just your.
It's just my.
You know what? You get super ripped just to carry around this like guitar.
Yeah.
You're just literally just for show. Like you don't use your muscles ever.
Yeah.
Maybe like one of your finishers, you just beat them over the head with this guitar.
Definitely.
And that's it. That's why you have the muscles specifically.
Yeah.
I'd get something like lame. I'd be like good with swords. Something stupid.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have anything like super cool. I don't know. I just feel like I'd just be another guy. I mean, but that happens a lot in Mortal Kombat. Straight up in like I think it's MK9, fucking Striker. He's just a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's good stuff. Mortal Kombat has a whole lot of material to go on. I'd like to see more video game movies. Do you have a video game that you'd like to see adapted?
I would like to see another Doom movie, but
Doom. That's a good one.
I like the first Doom movie with The Rock. Yeah, I know. Hot take. I really fucking love it because it's just so. There's something about it that makes me smile. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just The Rock.
Nostalgia.
No, because I didn't watch it a long time ago. I watched it like a few years ago.
Okay.
But then I watched the second Doom movie that they made.
They made a second Doom movie?
They made a second one,
Oh my
and it wasn't that good. It didn't have a lot of the charm the first one did.
I didn't know there was two.
I would like to see them do a sequel to the first Doom, but like good.
Okay.
I guess.
I feel like at this point they'll just have to reboot it. Which I think is the thing is the Doom story. It's another one of those like video game stories. It's super simple.
I mean, they could reboot it with like the way they rebooted the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because like if you do it based off the most recent Doom games, super simple stuff, like a space marine going around killing demons.
Yeah.
You just do a movie like that. Maybe stay away from like the first. I know you like the first person stuff, like a lot.
Yeah.
I think they should shy away from it. Maybe get a couple scenes in that first person view. Actually, that actually sounds pretty cool. Something new. But like with our technology today, that movie could be fantastic. The movie could be super entertaining.
Speaking of that, this isn't a video game movie, but it definitely should be. Hardcore Henry. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't seen Hardcore Henry.
I fucking love Hardcore Henry, and I feel like it's so underrated. It's a movie shot all in first person. There are no other shots other than first person, using GoPros and all that.
Yeah.
And
I remember it came out and a lot of people were just like, ew,
didn't-
this sucks.
they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna get motion sick." Like, fuck you, bitch. Like, this movie's good. It's got a lot of good action scenes that you wouldn't imagine from a first person.
Yeah.
Because they pretty much got a freestyle or a free runner to be their actor.
Okay.
And it's a silent protagonist, so you don't have to worry about him being a bad actor.
Yeah. It's more about how he interacts with the world than what
Yeah.
he says.
Yeah, and they have other actors like to compensate, like Jimmy, who is basically the another protagonist that works with the main protagonist.
Yeah.
Who is an amazing character because he switches personalities because he's basically clones of himself.
Okay,
He
that's kind of cool. That's cool.
He has clones that he controls from his own like little station far away.
That's cool.
Because he's paralyzed in real life.
Okay.
So he uses a bunch of clones to act out personas so he can live his full life.
That's a really neat subplot.
Yeah.
That's like complex. I dig that.
And it gets really crazy. There's a lot of fucking gore that you wouldn't expect from this movie. Both with hand-to-hand combat and with first-person shooting.
Yeah.
And it's just done really well. And I'm surprised, like, I think it does have like a good rating, but not many people watched it.
Yeah, and here's my thing about like movies these days is because everybody's gonna say something shitty about a movie. It's so easy to say something shitty about a movie.
Definitely. I hate a lot of movies.
Yeah. See, my thing is a movie doesn't have to be good to be entertaining.
Yes. I
can-
completely agree with that.
Like, I don't have to. Like, there's good movies out there. Like, In-Game isn't written fantastically, but it's a good movie. It's entertaining. It mixes up good writing and entertaining stuff enough as like a comic book fan that I'm just like, okay,
yeah.
I'll take this.
Yes.
And like then there's like actually like Oscar winning like Parasite. That's a good movie. That's like a great movie.
I've never seen it.
It's good. It's really good.
That's what I'm always told, so I believe it.
Check it out when you get the chance. It's like there's real movies like that are actually like fantastic. And then there's movies like nostalgia-based movies, like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I hate those movies.
I fucking love that movie. And it's an entertaining, it's a fun movie.
I
I miss movies being fun.
I hate stoner movies. I'll say it right now.
Stoner movie? What are you talking about?
Shut the
It's
fuck
stoner.
up.
It's a stoner movie.
I don't like Cheech and Chong. I don't like fucking Too High or whatever that fucking movie is.
See, that's the thing. That's like
Sky High. What's the movie called? It's got like
Sky High.
it's got two rappers as the main
I
protagonist.
don't know. But my thing is, okay. Also, Bill and Ted isn't a stoner movie. They're like bros. Like it's not anything like Cheech and Chong or like Dude, Where's My Car? Like it's not like that. It's closer to Dude, Where's My Car?
I still don't like it.
It's great. But like I'm saying, movies can just be fun and entertaining, and they don't have to be like, because not every movie's just like not every book is going to be everybody's favorite thing. Like there's people that hate Harry Potter.
Me. I don't like Harry Potter.
See, there's people that hate Percy Jackson.
Me.
There's people that hate Ender's Game.
And you.
I don't hate Percy Jackson.
The movies?
Movies. I mean the books.
Oh.
I'm talking about the movies. Movies aren't good.
Okay, I've never read the books.
Like they're barely entertaining. Like they're mostly cringy.
You don't like the part where they went to Las Vegas to, I don't know, do something?
But that's what I think people, especially with like internet culture nowadays, it's usually just like it's so easy to hate something,
Yes?
and people don't talk about things that they actually like.
Yeah.
You're able to separate what you dislike about a movie and like about a movie without it just being a trash movie. Like it's a very black and white view of everything, and I hate it. It sucks.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just kind of the world. That's how the world is. So I think us being able to pick apart what we like about things and what we dislike about things is important moving forward with anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's just an important part of being a person. Is being able to look at the good and the bad things and then move forward with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Mortal Kombat, great. I actually do have a video game movie I would love to see.
What is that?
I want Assassin's Creed done properly.
God damn it.
I want an Assassin's Creed movie done right.
I don't even like the games.
I'm just wow.
What do you mean, wow?
Wow.
Have you played them?
Yes,
They're bad.
they're great.
They're bad.
They're fantastic.
Okay, I played Assassin's Creed 2,
I love when we argue.
and that was barely a good game. In fact, I couldn't even finish it because of how fucking boring it got after a while.
Oh my fucking god.
And then they made the same game afterwards.
That's not true, dude.
Very true.
The story, the gameplay.
I will say Origins is probably what deviated it.
Origin sucks. God, Origins sucks. My issue with Assassin's Creed Origins is it's literally a beta for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It is the stuff that they wanted to test in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and they like half-assed the story, and then they put all the stuff that they tested out in Origins
half-assed
in
anyway.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I was just like, okay, whatever. But because the thing, I like Odyssey. Odyssey's gameplay is fantastic. The story's good.
I think the gameplay
But
is
it's
nice.
no longer Assassin's Creed. Just call it something else. Because it's not Assassin's Creed anymore.
Stop making them.
Yeah. Essentially, we need to come up. No more reboots.
We need to stop Assassin's Creed from procreating.
Stop Assassin's Creed campaign starts here. Stop deviating the art and just make something new.
I'm tired of this dude having so many ancestors from so many different cultures. Like, that's not how it works.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think they're just gonna. Eventually, they gotta run out of time periods, right? Eventually, we're gonna be in like 1920s, and it's just gonna be Mafia with Assassin's Creed.
They're gonna have to do the future at some point. I feel like that's
Cyberpunk Assassin's Creed.
essentially. Maybe that'll make it good. No, I hate that game, and I hate your idea of it being a movie.
I mean, it was a movie.
Was it good?
No.
Oh, it's almost like their source material wasn't good.
All right.
That's crazy.
All right. That is going to be all for the Culture Canon podcast. Thank you guys for listening, and have a good one.
See ya.